Do you prefer to learn with paper, pen, and physical textbook? Perhaps you prefer the flexibility of learning from anywhere using the internet. Your personal preferences is what determines which learning model is best for you. Traditional learning is learning that occurs in school, face to face, without the use of much technology. Online learning can be blended or solely online. Blended learning is where you meet in person occasionally, but most of your learning is occurring online. Whether you are taking the class online or in person, both models require communication and assignments. Communication with professors is important to understanding the content being taught, while communication with other classmates helps deepen your understanding through discussion. Assignments that allow you to demonstrate effective learning of the content will also be found in online and traditional learning environments. While there are some similarities between traditional and online learning, there are also many differences that can be found, such as location and social interaction. The most obvious difference is that traditional learning occurs in person at a classroom, while online learning occurs over a learning management system online and can be accessed from anywhere as long as there is an internet connection. Another difference is the social aspect of learning. While interactions happen during both models, they look very different. Online learning interactions occur virtually, while traditional learning interactions occur in person. Now let's take a look at some advantages and disadvantages between the two learning models. Face-to-face interactions is an advantage to traditional learning, especially for those social learners. In science, face-to-face interactions are important for lab work and learning how to work in teams. Another advantage to traditional learning is networking. Getting hands-on experience and professional networking is done easily with traditional learning. Building a network helps students with career opportunities in their future. One advantage to online learning is flexibility. For example, in science, flexibility allows students to take the time needed for research into the always changing subject. Another advantage of online learning is access to class materials 24/7. In the world of science, this is huge because students are able to refer back to reference materials at any time to complete a lab or analyze case studies. One disadvantage to traditional learning is the lack of flexibility. Students in traditional learning environments have to show up to a specific place at a specific time, making it more difficult to schedule other things such as work and social events. Another disadvantage to traditional learning is limited access to the type of courses that can be taken. They can only take what the school offers, while online offers a greater diversity of classes. One disadvantage to online learning is it can be hard to focus because you have access to all the things that are distracting at home. Another disadvantage to online learning is the dependency of digital platforms. Digital platforms can experience failures or restrict access due to updates, causing a pause in learning to occur. Each of the adult learning theories can be applied to both traditional and online learning models. We're going to look at two of the principles from the andragogy learning theory and apply them to both platforms. Whether a student is online or traditional, they need to know the value and why behind the content they are learning. For both platforms, students should have some sense of self-direction that can be facilitated by providing opportunities to plan, self-evaluate, and self-diagnose their own learning needs. There is no one-size-fits-all for effective instruction for either online or traditional learning environments. However, there are some best practices to use. For each learning model, there are several things that can be done to make the instruction effective. For traditional learning, using a variety of methods will help reinforce information being taught. For example, hands-on experience can be used to reinforce a reading passage, and then you can also make the instruction relatable to students by tying in their interests and preferences while still teaching the content. For online learning, using a variety of methods will also work. However, they might look a bit different. Instead of hands-on activity, a video can be used to help reinforce the reading passage. And encouraging discussion among students in the learning management system will also create effective learning. Discussion posts help deepen students' understanding with the use of conversation.